The real deal. What's poppin', guys? I'm Jake from the Real Deal Airsoft, and welcome back to another upgrade video. We have, in this case, a CYBERGUN Scar L. And this one luckily has a V2 gearbox, and we're going to be doing a full upgrade. This is going to be an extreme budget upgrade, as we're going to be throwing in a Gate Nano AAB Mosfet, SHS 13:1 ratio gears, and a CZI high torque motor, a stainless steel CZI 6.02 Type or inner barrel, and a tunable speed trigger. So this platform is really cool. It has all the trademarks. It's not an M4, even though it takes 556 megs. Let's see the stock performance. What the fuck? And guys, before we get into this video, I want to show you a quick demographic. What's up with that, huh? How you explain that, all right? It's a pretty high rate of you guys. The majority of my viewers are not even subscribed, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated on the dopest builds, cool upgrades, budget builds, and mad fun and gameplay. So without any further ado, let's disassemble this baby and get right into it. Similar to like a standard V2. Alright, so this pin comes right out, and this little retention clamp hangs out on the other side of that. That's terrible. Alright guys, so if you want to see if your stock motor is torquey, just literally turn the pinion gear. I'm able to spin this with no resistance. This is a piece of shit. There's almost no resistance. This is definitely not a torquey motor. That's why when you shoot, you hear it like half cycle. It's absolutely terrible. This explains that rate of fire. You heard. And right in the bottom of the pistol grip, there's only 2 screws, which connects to the gearbox. And the last step is to remove the selector switches. Alright guys, so you wanna know how you get the friggin' mag catch out? I'll show you how. Holy shit. You see the little Allen key? Right there? You have to put an Allen key in there and unscrew that. Once you do that, then thy is now worthy to access the gearbox. Boom. Alright guys, we got to the gearbox. Unfortunately, there's no quick change spring system. Wrap the wrist. So we're gonna gut the gearbox, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna shim the gears. After all the gears are shimmed and assigned, then we're going to solder the contacts with the Gate Nano AAB Mosfet. This way he can have active braking and all those awesome features. And yeah, so let's get it popping, guys. You know, usually I just time lapse through this, but let's take some time to talk about the benefits of the upgrades that we're throwing in. First things first, we got to take control of the electrical system. If you try and shoot an airsoft replica with traditional trigger contacts in the shuttle, if you try and jam the trigger, it's not going to have complete cycles. Half the time, if you pull the trigger and release it really fast, it'll probably stop mid-cycle and it'll sound like yep, and then the next shot is really fast. It's because the gears got jammed up. So you want active braking. Active braking makes sure that the piston stops in the frontward position after each cycle. And it also stops the motor from overspinning. So this, you know, increases the longevity and the lifespan of all your parts, because, like I said again, if you pull the trigger really quickly and your gears get, you know, locked back and the piston's back here, everything's under tension. The anti-reversal latch is jammed into your bevel gear. So stuff like this is a very affordable Mosfet. Shout out to Gate. Even simple things like this are amazing. You don't need the fancy Titans. This will get you a snappy trigger response. So this build will prove that. Let's get back to it. Wow guys, that really looks like China to me.
China, 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 China.
Oh my gosh. Cannot wait to throw those gears as far as I possibly can. Alright, let's upgrade this. It desperately needs it. Yo guys, what do these factories use for lube? Like, you go in the sewage, you wipe your butt, and you're like, let me grease it up. Look what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Sludgy Juniors, Sludgy Daniels. What we got over here? Okay. What are you doing? They made a blind guy grease the gearboxes, guys. Holy moly, shout out to the blind guys. Shout out to the blind guys at CYBERGUN. Alright guys, the gears have been shimmed and now it's time to solder these trigger contacts. The Mosfet that we're using basically bypasses the old trigger shuttle design. Once this detects that the circuit's been closed when you pull the trigger, that signal gets sent to right here, and then the computer does the rest. This is how you're able to get active braking, debouncing, and a couple other features. Yo guys, I want to tell you a real deal tip real quick. The majority of selector switches that are really clicky on airsoft guns, they have a little ball bearing and they click into little pre-allotted slots. Now, my client on the Scar didn't have that, but I created a solution. I make them with solder. Check them out. Alright guys, we're back with it pre-assembled. Now this Scar was a pain in the butt, man. It wasn't really easy to get everything working. When we dropped the new SHS gears in, the spur gear wasn't rotating all the way. It was really tight. So what I had to do is I had to take the spur gear bushing, put it in the vice grip, and file off a millimeter or two of material. Now it spins perfectly fine. As well, the FPS was a little bit too high, so we had to cut the spring. Let's check the trigger response reports. Alright guys, we're going to chrono with 0.2 BBs and an 11.1 Li-ion battery. Alright, so we're getting on average about 355 FPS. All in all, pretty good. I'm pleasantly happy with the end result, and if I had one word to describe the stock internals, it would be
China.
But all in all, this build went from being a stock China gun that wasn't really even working to a pretty competitive airsoft gun. So if you enjoyed this video and my other upgrade videos as well, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you didn't already. Until next time, see you on the field. The real deal.